competitive sparring matching. So we had to stop sparring because we got too heated in the sparring match. So Dan pulled us out. Yeah, he got the better of me. He outboxed me. He got the better of me. He did his thing that day, but not to me.
Him either. I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, and how he was acting. Being that, me, I'm a real individual. I just felt like, we was all cool.
Terence Crawford has fired back at Floyd Mayweather after the boxing legend leaked their sparring session online to mock him, insisting that no short clip can discredit his status as a three-weight undisputed champion, and that Floyd's move only shows he feels threatened by the comparisons.
Hey, there you go. You only threw one. Good game. Don't break. He's a beast. He's a beast, baby.
Ever since Terence Crawford's win over Canelo, Floyd Mayweather has been trying to make him look bad, with fans calling Crawford the better boxer. Mayweather first called him out, but after Crawford didn't respond, Floyd posted a short clip of their sparring where he appeared to get the better of him, only to delete it shortly after. Crawford quickly fired back after seeing the leaked sparring clip, calling Floyd such a hater and insisting the footage was misleading, saying it wasn't the full session and that he actually caught Mayweather many times, accusing him of being shady for only showing selective moments.
Talked about and, signed, I just felt like he just did a lot of fake stuff and said a lot of stuff that, a person that you claim that you cool with, you would never say. So that was my big issue with him. I just know, character take you a long way. And
Floyd Mayweather has been chasing a matchup with Terence Crawford ever since fans started hailing Crawford as the GOAT after his win over Canelo, a claim that stung Floyd since he was never undisputed, while Crawford now holds that honor in 3 different weight classes. But Crawford has brushed it off, saying a fight with Floyd would just be easy money and nothing more.
What he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But, his core...
Mayweather felt pressured to call out Crawford not only because fans demanded it, but also because 2 of his former opponents, Canelo Alvarez and Shane Mosley, publicly claimed Crawford was better than him, which many saw as a direct insult to the legacy and achievements of the boxing legend.
All right, Jeff Zimmerman here with the champ, Tim Desert Storm Bradley, 2-division world champ, and oh, by the way, a Hall of Famer. Man, Tim, I want to call you the most outspoken man in boxing. And I mean that affectionately.
Speaking to Fight Hub TV, Shane Mosley made headlines by claiming he believes Terence "Bud" Crawford is actually better than Floyd Mayweather, though he still gave credit to his former rival's talent. Mosley said Crawford is bigger, moving up weight classes impressively, and is a more complete fighter overall. While acknowledging Mayweather's greatness, Mosley argued that Crawford's reach and size would likely give him the edge if they ever fought.
Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all-around fighter.
After Terence Crawford's historic win over Canelo, fans and experts worldwide began debating whether Bud should now be considered the greatest fighter of all time. The victory pushed the 37-year-old back to the top of the pound-for-pound list, while Canelo himself doubled down on his stance in the post-fight press conference, boldly declaring, "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather."
And compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Canelo's statement carried huge weight since he's faced both Crawford and Mayweather, making his bold claim after a loss either remarkable sportsmanship or genuine belief in Crawford's superiority. His comments instantly split the boxing world. Some praised Crawford's willingness to climb weight classes and face elite opponents, while others defended Mayweather's flawless record and legendary resume. Crawford himself addressed it on the Ariel Helwani show, saying, "Canelo was in the ring with both of us. People can say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us."
Now, how did that feel to hear that from someone like him?
I just was like, well, it's his personal opinion. He was in the ring with both of us, so a lot of people, they can say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. One where he felt like he was at the best.
As well, by just pivoting, on an angle and, making Canelo reach. There were spots inside the ring that I saw Crawford, try.
Exactly. This debate between Mayweather and Crawford will never have a definitive answer because greatness is subjective. What is clear is that both men are generational talents who went undefeated, conquered multiple weight classes, and etched their names among the greatest in American boxing history. Crawford's trainer, Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, added fuel to the fire when he appeared in a Fight Hub TV interview wearing a GAT, greatest of all time hat, firmly declaring that Bud is the true GOAT. McIntyre emphasized that Crawford's dominance across 3 divisions is the product of both his individual brilliance and the hard work of his entire team. When asked about Canelo's controversial claim, his reply was blunt. "Who, Terence? Of course he is. Of course he's better."
Wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd?
I don't know. I thought you'd hesitate maybe.
Crawford has already surpassed much of what Mayweather represented inside the ring, yet the debate still rages on. Unlike the noise surrounding him, Crawford remains calm. After outpointing Alvarez, he downplayed the idea of a historical clash, stating, "Floyd was the greatest of his era. I'm the greatest of mine. We don't need to compare ourselves." His words carry both respect for Mayweather and confidence in his own legacy, though they won't stop fans and experts from continuing to fuel the controversy.
Better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all the way up.
After all, Mayweather defeated a young and relatively inexperienced Canelo in 2013, while Crawford overcame a far more seasoned version of the Mexican star, a fact that gives weight to this new narrative. Sports analyst Stephen A. Smith also added an important nuance to the discussion. In his view, Crawford's greatness lies not only in the way he technically outboxed Canelo, but also in how he willingly traded punches, absorbed pressure, and still emerged stronger. By contrast, Smith drew a clear distinction with Mayweather, emphasizing that Floyd was a defensive genius, a fighter you could hardly land a clean shot on.
Really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely technical.
According to the analyst, that is the key difference. Crawford has showcased grit, resilience, and the ability to adapt under fire, while Mayweather cemented his legacy with an almost untouchable defense. Today, the boxing world is split. Some insist Crawford has already surpassed Floyd, while others argue Mayweather's defensive perfection remains unmatched. What no one can deny is that both men defined their own eras and elevated the sport through their unique brilliance. With Canelo's stunning confession and Bomac's bold words, the Crawford-Mayweather debate is only heating up. One thing, however, is beyond dispute. Terence "Bud" Crawford has already carved his name among boxing's immortals.
But right, how do you think a fight between both of them turn out?
If Mayweather gets hit with Crawford like I hit him and rocked, it might not end well for Mayweather. They might be over it. But Mayweather could outbox Crawford, I think, because Crawford has the mindset that I'm trying to knock you out, and Mayweather knows how to play to that I'm trying to knock you out type of thing, because he's used to people coming at him trying to hit him hard all the time.
However, an intriguing debate arises when examining how Mayweather and Crawford built their undefeated legacies. This very point was raised by active boxer Ryan Garcia during a September 10th segment on Ring Magazine's Inside the Ring show.
Another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, I don't know. I don't go off of that. Floyd is the best fighter, you know, in his era. And I feel like
following a discussion about why Max Kellerman ranked Manny Pacquiao above Mayweather on a pound-for-pound list of this century's greatest fighters, former NFL player LaShawn McCoy argued that nobody has changed the game like Floyd Money Mayweather. Ryan Garcia immediately fired back, claiming Mayweather changed it in a bad way, accusing him of mastering the art of timing his fights rather than taking on opponents in their prime. According to Garcia, while Floyd was unmatched in making money and securing the biggest fights, his careful matchmaking after leaving junior lightweight set a precedent that encouraged fighters to protect their undefeated records at all costs.
Game like Floyd Money Mayweather.
He mastered the art of knowing when to fight somebody and when not to fight somebody. I mean, he's the best in that game. He's the best in, you know, making money and making all the, you know, the huge fights happen. But why? Because he was timing every single one of them. He never fought nobody really in their prime. He always
after junior lightweight. Junior lightweight.
He changed the game in the worst way possible. You're right. Everybody's trying to protect their own. I had
a lot of the stuff that Canelo was doing, and you know, that I would say this, that work from Boots helped in that aspect, because Canelo was reacting to a lot of the counters that Crawford was throwing. Usually in the past, you know, Canelo would stand right there. He would lunge and he would stay in place, keep his feet in place.
Crawford's recent accomplishments have reignited debates about boxing's hierarchy, coming at the perfect moment as he reaches the peak of his powers while still competing at the highest level. On his show Inside the Ring, veteran analyst Max Kellerman weighed in on the Crawford versus Mayweather debate, noting that Floyd holds clear advantages in resume depth, defensive mastery, and hand speed, technical strengths that made him one of the most dominant champions in boxing history.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first.
Kellerman also noted that Mayweather became increasingly selective with his opponents after leaving the lightweight division, carefully timing when to face certain dangerous fighters. While this strategy helped preserve his perfect record, it raised questions about his willingness to fight elite opponents in their prime. In contrast, Crawford has shown a consistent eagerness to face anyone at any stage of his career, a mentality that, Kellerman suggested, resonates more deeply with boxing fans and fellow fighters.
I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it.
If you look at Floyd's resume, it's certainly deeper than Crawford's, and Floyd was faster with better defense and all that, Kellerman explained. But once he left lightweight, he began picking and choosing when to fight certain guys, carefully timing those matchups. Crawford, on the other hand, even if his resume looks thinner in some respects, always wanted to fight everyone at any time, and that makes a difference to people. The analyst went on to compare Crawford to legendary figures like Roy Jones Jr., suggesting that Bud has now reached a level of respect among his peers that transcends record books and statistical comparisons.
Between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
yes,
fight.
Yes, sir. I love you.
They came in all shapes and sizes with varying skill sets, but every opponent shared the same mission: take down Floyd Mayweather. In 2006, Zab Judah, a masterful boxer known for his speed and sharp combinations, appeared to have cracked the code. For the first 2 rounds, Mayweather looked unsettled, and 2 of the 3 judges at ringside scored Judah as the better man early. But once Floyd adjusted, the tide completely shifted. From that point on, he neutralized Judah's attacks, showcased his superior ring IQ, and ultimately outclassed the trash-talking New Yorker en route to a comfortable unanimous decision victory.
Guess what I just got done studying? Floyd Mayweather, Zab Judah. Yep, that's what I just got done studying. And I'm here to tell you guys, yeah, Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But
the World Boxing Council's latest super middleweight rankings have shaken things up. Canelo Alvarez is no longer the champion and is now listed as the #1 contender at 168 pounds, raising questions about what this shift means for his future. Meanwhile, when looking back at fighters who tested themselves against Floyd Mayweather, Marcos Maidana stands out for taking a completely different approach. Unlike others who tried and failed to outbox the defensive genius, Maidana pressed forward relentlessly across 2 fights, burying his head into Mayweather's chest, throwing awkward, sometimes ugly punches, and roughing him up for 24 grueling rounds.
Terence Crawford would beat a prime Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he would beat him. Yes, it would be a competitive fight, but Crawford, master thinker just like Floyd. What the advantage that Floyd has is that he has great defense. The advantage that Crawford has is that he not only can fight orthodox, he's versatile.
Though Marcos Maidana's roughhouse tactics gave Mayweather problems, it was yet another case of a fighter simply not having enough tools to finish the job. Miguel Cotto, on the other hand, had a little bit of